Hello and welcome to another episode of the Contractor Growth Show. My name is Mark. I'm your host. And today I'm speaking with Neil Wilson of DezignBlue, who's got a really interesting story. The company's located in Los Angeles and in Castle Rock, Colorado. It's right down the street from us. Neil, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Yeah, this is great. Love it.
Fantastic. You guys have got a really interesting story. You're in the kitchen design space. You guys have been aligned with IKEA for a couple of decades. Totally fascinated by that. Maybe you could tell us just a little bit about the story of the business, how you got started and where you're at today.
Okay. Yeah, I started at IKEA about 33 years ago. I was there for 15 years. I used to open stores for them across the US, helping with design showrooms, the kitchens, bathrooms, closets, pretty much everywhere up in the showroom area. Really loved working with kitchens. And then 18 years ago, I went on my own and I've loved it ever since. Slowly grew the business up in California. And then about 6-7 years ago, my wife and I were looking at moving to Colorado. So then we expanded to Castle Rock about 2 years ago.
Interesting. Now, you guys have got a unique service that you offer, and we talk with a lot of builders that are out, got subcontractors going out doing huge remodel projects. You've got a curious, completely different model than that. Tell us a little bit about the model, how it works.
I go out to the home, do a home measure consultation, get the plans together in my head and make notes on the plans that I've drawn up, get the plans out to the client. They're 3D with elevation views. We go over different revisions. Once we have the overall plan, then I meet with them at IKEA and we will go over internal fittings, door and drawer configurations. There's also 10 companies I work with that do custom fronts for IKEA's cabinetry. So we look at that also. I help them with samples of those, samples of tiles, have them put the whole picture together.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. So it's a design service in collaboration or working with IKEA as well as some other suppliers. You've got a unique kind of set of folks that you deal with, not only IKEA, but also some other kind of affiliates and different partners to design kitchen. So you go through and shoot the elevations and things of a kitchen, get that all 3D mapped out. You work closely with the client. I saw more or less unlimited revisions within reason.
I do fit that.
Yeah. So and ultimately they get an amazing kitchen design, which of course is getting fulfilled with materials from IKEA, which is a great affordable solution on multiple fronts. And
Yes.
then you guys have got something that's really unique and really interesting, man, that I saw. You guys have got your pricing right on your website, which is huge because with the builders we work with and custom kitchens and things, the price range can go from, to get a new, even design can range from low to high. But you guys have learned how, through all of this experience, you have 20,000 of these projects so far and counting.
Yeah.
You guys have figured out how to create basically a standardized.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And so you're able to publish that right on your site, and it's in the hundreds of dollars to do this amazing design for someone.
Yeah. I try to make it as affordable for as many people as I can. And a lot of my clients, friends, even my wife have said, you need to raise your prices. I really want to try to help as many people as I can. I don't want to get it out of range where people it's not affordable. And the end result is they're going to end up with a kitchen that is not accustomed to them. It's not really what they really wanted, but they'll do with it because this is what they were able to afford to figure out on their own. I'd rather be there to help them out. And with my level of knowledge on kitchens, I've been able to help, I said, thousands of clients. And I also have expanded to a couple other different lines of cabinetry, but IKEA usually wins out on the order just because of the price point and availability timeline.
Oh, amazing. Okay. And then I saw you guys built a business in Southern California. I've got a really close relationship with a lot of IKEA locations to this day. They're still, you guys wanted to expand into Colorado. You and your wife wanted to move to Colorado. You guys are in Castle Rock, which is right down south of Denver. So
Yep.
you're able to really help with front of range customers, probably from, Colorado Springs all the way up to maybe even Fort Collins. Yet you guys have got customers around the country and even around the world. So how are you able to, with the designing and shooting of elevations and things in these spaces, how are you able to work with customers that are outside of those two areas?
I do have contacts in New York, right here in Centennial, also on the West Coast. that are able to place orders for me all over the US. So it doesn't even have to be within my local area.
Interesting. Okay.
And they also have a few contacts out of the country, and I'm able to actually go into different IKEA planners, even though they're in different languages, create the plan, create the list, forward them to them, give them instructions on installation, ordering, all of that. It's just something I've been able to accumulate over the years.
Amazing. And then I saw here on your site, you guys have won the Best of House, like HOUZZ, the sort of award and, I don't know, building platform site. You guys have won Best of House 10 years in a row. It looks like you guys swept the table on that, man. Have you guys gone out and tried or put intention to winning some of these amazing awards? Or has it been just completely organic and they just call you up and say, hey, you won again?
That's pretty much it. Yeah. I really don't. House is the only platform I use to showcase my work, except for my website. I don't really try to advertise. I don't reach out to anyone who's going to try to put me on Google. It's
Uh-huh.
an expense that's not needed for me. I've been very blessed that I get a lot of referrals. All my business is really just referral based. People who just happen to find me on my website or find me on House. So I've been very fortunate. And I know House gets a lot of hits with my designs. And I
Uh-huh.
think that leads to a lot of these awards and the reviews. Yeah.
Okay. Amazing. And I saw that you guys have got some nice video on your site with the kind of different designs. Is there a set of designs you guys start with? And inevitably they're customized, but is there 8 to 12 designs or something that you guys have, or is
Once we meet,
everyone custom?
yeah, once we meet, I usually will send out about 3 or 4 initial designs based on the discussions and the space, different ideas that the client had, that I've had, a mixture of both. And then we do work on revisions. I don't want to pressure someone to say you have to get this within 5 revisions. So that's
Uh-huh.
why I put unlimited, but I also put within reason. I don't want to get to 35, 40 revisions and it's wasting everybody's time. I really want to get it nailed down. But
Uh-huh.
I try to put as many options as I can into each plan.
Sure. Okay. Love it. Okay. So regarding you guys' goals for the future, is DezignBlue kind of at its peak sort of level where you guys are at? Are you growing the business still, growing 10, 20% a year? Is that still kind of in the cards?
Yeah, hoping to expand more into Colorado.
Okay.
Right now, I travel to California about 7 to 10 days a month. The rest of the time, I'm here in Colorado.
Uh-huh.
So I try to work on those clients that I've met back in California, plus the local clients and out of state and out of country clients while I'm here in Colorado. But I would like to expand it more in Colorado.
Okay.
I do really enjoy the one-on-one. So if I can do that and meet people one-on-one and really fine tune and hone in on perfect kitchen for them, I would prefer that. So if the business would increase here, that would be great.
Okay. Love it. And then regarding you guys have grown the business by referrals, man, I love
Mhm.
that story. It says all the right things. It says a lot of things, and all of them are good. All of the business from referrals? Is it 100% or is it sort of 80% referrals and 20% from house or?
Yeah, I would say last year I did 167 kitchens. And I would say, I have to look at it, but I would say it was probably about maybe 12 were from house. Maybe another 10 or 15 are from people that just found me on the internet. The rest are either repeat clients or referrals.
Wow, amazing. And then last, just a few questions here. And Neil, this is great. Hey, you're running an amazing business, and I just absolutely love. I love talking to really smart owners that have got a really interesting niche works out. We could spend a lot of time talking about all kinds of things. I've got all kinds of questions about your history and how you came from a banking background
I
and
did.
moved into this. It's fascinating. It makes me
I've been
think
good with numbers.
good with numbers.
Yeah.
Love it. And it makes me also think that you've got some higher education. It makes me think that you approach this business with real intention at looking at the numbers and saying, I could do a lot of the different things. I could be in this industry or that. This is going to work for me because this fits my well thought out goals. So I just love to see people transition from into these types of trades from another almost kind of a white collar business, because it really just makes me think that they have really thought through it a lot and really serving their goals in a really intelligent way. But one question I had for you is just related to kind of your sales process. If somebody gets in touch, how long does it typically take before they decide that they want to move ahead? And are there, I don't know, an objection or two that kind of comes up inevitably that you work through? But what do you hear out there? People say, I'm a little more price sensitive or time sensitive. I mean, what does your sales process tend to look like a little bit?
I'm not sure of the full question, but I would say in timeline though, I'm able to go out to a client's home usually within a week or two.
Okay.
Depends on their availability. If there is a certain work schedule, I am 7 days a week. So if weekends work better, we'll figure out some time on a weekend.
Okay.
Then once we place the order, we can have a full kitchen to them, closets, everything to them in a week.
Okay.
And depending on the
Wow.
installers availability right now are probably about in the 3 to 4 week range.
Wow.
Not as quickly, but it's not months out.
Wow. Okay. Taking notes here. Somebody contacts you, they may literally have a beautiful new kitchen even as soon as 6 or 8 weeks later. Sounds like.
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Very doable.
Amazing. And that speed, that's a whole different class, man, than the folks that are going and doing custom design and ordering materials and remodels in a house. Do your customers really comment on that? Are they like, this is much better to have my kitchen so quickly?
Yeah. And to be able to afford it, I think that's a lot. I'm very hands-on. I answer the call at 8 o'clock at night. It could be 10 o'clock on a Sunday morning. People have
Yeah.
questions. I'm available.
Amazing. Fantastic. Neil, I love the service. Guys, take a look at Neil's site. Which, Neil, remind me what your site is, please.
DezignBlue, DezignBlue.com.
Okay. So designblue.com. I replace the S with a Z. DEZIGN blue.com. Take a look at stuff that Neil's stuff over on DezignBlue. There's some beautiful photos of their work, some videos that really outline the different designs that they have. Like we talked about, pricing is totally transparent. It's right there. It talks about a few different tiers, pricing based on location, where you're at. Neil, any other parting thoughts? If someone is considering having a new kitchen built, any thoughts on things to consider, or just to kind of give you guys a call?
Definitely give me a call and I can answer questions on the phone. There's many clients that they'll just call me. They just need questions. They just need to know ahead of time frame they're looking at, estimated cost based on the size of their kitchen. They can give me a call. I don't charge for that.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Great. Folks, take a look at Neil's site. And Neil, what's a good way to get in touch with you as well if people want to contact you directly?
Probably my phone number, 323-496-9104. And they can email me through the website. It's neil@designblue.com.
Okay, fantastic. Great. Neil, thank you so much for being on the show today. You've shared some great information with our listeners. I really appreciate it.
Great. Thank you so much.